3, 2, you are live. Let me just do an audio check. We are good, sir.
Yeah, awesome. So welcome everybody. We're going to call the meeting to order tonight. I'm glad to see all of our students of the month here with us, and hopefully we can get to honoring you as well as our educators of the month in a few short minutes. We're going to open the meeting with a few administrative items. The first one I'll do is just read the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law, or at least our statement on the Open Public Meetings Law, which says that the Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies, at which time any business affecting their interests is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act, the Board of Education Policy 0162, the Board of Education of the Borough of Bound Brook has caused notice of this meeting to be posted in the board office at Bound Brook High School and mailed or faxed to the Courier News, Bound Brook Borough Clerk, South Bound Brook Board of Education, and any other person who has paid, who has requested individual notice and paid the required fee. At this time, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Board Secretary, can we have the roll call, please? Yes, sir. Mr. Bell.
Here.
Mr. Dawson. Here. Ms. Gazzino.
Here.
Ms. Lima. Mr. Zupko.
Here.
Ms. Mosin.
Here.
Mr. Minhas.
Here.
Ms. Hyde.
Here.
Mr. Januzzi. Here. Mr. Board President, you have the quorum present this evening. Thanks very much. I would like to move my president's comments to after the superintendent's report this evening, just so that we can get right to my favorite part of the presentation, which is our awards for the month. So Dr. Freeman.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our January board meeting. Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope your new year is off to a great start. You are meeting your resolutions and all the things that you wish for are starting to come true. Like our president said, my favorite part of the meeting is the student and staff recognition. But before we do that, I would like to introduce a new member to our board. He is a little different than the other members who are out of high school and graduated in college and working on their own taxpayers. He happens to be our student rep to the board. So I would like to introduce Emmanuel Munoz, our student rep to the board. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about him. He's currently a 10th grade student at our high school. He is very proud to say he's born and raised in Bound Brook and attended school with us since he was in kindergarten or pre-kindergarten?
Pre-kindergarten.
Since pre-kindergarten. He currently is ranked 4th in his class. I think that deserves a round of applause. With a GPA of 104. In addition to being an outstanding student, Emmanuel was very active in the school and community. He's a member of our National Honor Society, a member of our academic league team. He participates in our Champion Schools program, which is a peer-to-peer program about teen driving safety. He's a member of our high school soccer team, participates in track and field, a class of 2025 fundraising participant, and a member of our chess club. In addition, so he somehow finds time to volunteer at the Presbyterian Food Pantry a couple of days a week. And despite his busy schedule, Emmanuel finds time to do what he enjoys, which is programming, spending time with his family and friends, and challenging himself. Now, Emmanuel was selected to his role as a student rep of the board through a school-wide election process. He says that serving in this role will allow him to provide a voice for positive change. He feels that providing positive change will make for a positive climate in the school, and he's looking forward to working with the board and to make sure he can make positive change. Let's have a round of applause for Emmanuel. Okay, at this time, I would like to call, Emmanuel, do you want to say a few words?
Up pass.
I kind of put him on the spot. All right, so, next up, to introduce, start with our students of the month, we'll start with Dr. S. from Lamont. Let's have a round of applause for Dr. S.
Congratulations to Alexander Enriquez. Alexander loves the alphabets and counting. He can identify all letters and numbers 1 through 20. Alexander enjoys music and playing with dramatic play toys. Career plans is Alexander would like to be a police officer one day. Congratulations, Alexander.
Dr. S.
Alexander is here.
Dr. S. Up top.
There he is.
Hey, he's up top.
Thank you.
Let's give Alexander a hand as he walks up to receive the award. Doesn't get any cuter than that.
Jump this stuff.
Way to go.
Dad, you can get the picture?
Yeah, definitely.
Alexander. Well done. Congratulations.
Great job, Alexander.
Congratulations to Abigail Castillo. Abigail has one sister. She likes to play with Barbies together. Favorite schools, music, writing, and drawing. She likes to draw rainbows and writes her ABCs. Favorite hobbies, I like to do puzzles. I like when mom reads books to me. Career plans, I want to be a firefighter so I can help people and keep them safe. Congratulations, Abigail.
Bye. Come on in. There we go. Good job.
Okay, also during Lafayette School, Dr. S.
Congratulations to Alejandra Gomez. Alejandra has a 2-year-old sister named Victoria. Favorite school subject is writing because I like to write stories. Favorite hobbies, I like to draw and play games. Career plans, I want to be a teacher because I want to teach students. Congratulations, Alejandra. Congratulations to Nicole Holano. Nicole Holano has a little sister named Victoria. Favorite school subject is writing. Favorite hobbies is play at the park. And career plans is to become a teacher. Congratulations, Nicole. Okay. Come on, Nicole.
A little more.
Cheese.
All right.
Okay, next up we have Smalley School. Smalley.
Smalley School is honored to present the First Student of the Month award to Luciana Barentes. She is in Mrs. Perez's third grade class. Her favorite school subject is mathematics, especially learning her multiplication facts. Her favorite hobbies are arts and crafts, loves making bracelets with beads for her friends, and when she grows up, she aspires to be a dentist. Congratulations, Luciana. Smalley is also honored to present the Next Student Month Award to Diana Alonso Reyes. She is in Miss G's fourth grade class. Her favorite subject is also math. Love all the math people. Her favorite hobbies are she enjoys playing soccer outside with her cousin Ivan. And when Diana grows up, she wants to be a teacher. Congratulations.
All right. You say perfect and then take it out.
Smalley is honored to announce Christopher Diaz Gutierrez Guzman. He is in Miss Kiefer's fifth grade class. He has two brothers and one sister. His favorite subject is also math. I think we have some great math teachers at Smalley Elementary School. He likes to play sports and he's currently wrestling, but his favorite sport is soccer. And he's still figuring out what he wants to do. He thinks he wants to be a soccer player or an athlete. Congratulations, Christopher. And last but not least, we're honored to present Journey Ford. She's in Miss Bell's and Miss LaBaba's sixth grade class. She has two brothers and two sisters. Favorite subject is English language arts. Finally, they get some love here. She likes to shop, wrestle, and do makeup. And when she grows up, she wants to be an anesthesiologist. Congratulations, Journey.
Next up to the community middle school.
Hello, everyone. Our first student that we are recognizing this evening is Carter Arias. Carter was referred for this award by his teacher of computers and film, Mr. Gary Henningsen. Carter lists as his favorite school subjects physical education and computer science, and his favorite hobbies are wrestling, football, skateboarding, and video games. In Carter's own words, he's keeping his future plans open as far as a future career. Mr. Henningsen wrote a few words on behalf of Carter. Carter brings a positive attitude and a great energy to my classroom. He's always on task, eager to learn, and he asks meaningful questions. Carter always stops by at my room in the morning to check in, asks me how my family is, and updates me on his life. He also checks in with me at the end of the day and fills me in on his school day and what he plans on learning at wrestling practice. Congratulations to Carter, who actually cannot be here tonight because he is at Hillsborough this evening and he's wrestling for the middle school. Carter, you made
And
it.
he showed up.
Yeah. In all fairness, I told Carter everyone's got to get pinned so we'll get here in time. I hope the other team got pinned.
You're right.
Next up for the community middle school is Stephanie Reyes. Stephanie was recommended for this award by her computer and film teacher, Mr. Michael Radcliffe. Stephanie's favorite school subjects are physical education because it releases stress and lets me be active. Favorite hobbies are writing stories about things related to my life, or her life, of course, somewhat like a journal. I hope it's not my life. And also loves playing soccer. Career plans for Stephanie is pursuing acting or singing, including songwriting, and is interested in science, which one day could lead to becoming a doctor or a biologist. Mr. Radcliffe wrote a few words on behalf of Stephanie. He said, I chose Stephanie for this January Student of the Month for several reasons. First, I noticed her eagerness to learn from day one in my technology class. Student, but exudes confidence and intelligence well beyond her age. She has always been cooperative and courteous while following directions. Stephanie has a tenacity to go far in life, and her attitude toward learning is top-notch. I'm impressed with the way she not only participates in class, but how she's never afraid to ask questions if she's not sure about an assignment. She's an absolute joy to have in class with an impressive amount of creativity that will propel her to wonderful success. Stephanie, come up and get your award. Congratulations.
Next up, we have high school, Mr. Smith.
Good evening, Bound Brook School community. It's my pleasure to present to you tonight recipients of the Crusader Citizen of the Month Award. Okay, our first recipient is Aneli Amaya Hernandez. Aneli has a brother, Kevin. Her favorite subject is math. Favorite hobbies are playing with her brother and also cooking at home. And for future career plans, she would like to be an anesthesiologist.
Family photo? Yeah. All right. Hi, Kevin. There we go.
Thank you.
Our next recipient is 10th grader Emmanuel Munoz. His brother is Christopher Munoz and Jocelyn Navarro. Emmanuel's favorite subject in school is computer science. His favorite hobbies are playing soccer and chess, running, and challenging himself. His future career plans is to get into a good college or university and to become a software developer. Okay.
What are we playing chess about the letters? Everyone was this. Okay. One more than right, please.
Our next recipient, Christian Morales. Christian is an only child, has no siblings. Favorite subject in school is art. Favorite hobbies, playing soccer and drawing, and hopes to become a talented artist in the future. So, Christian? And last but certainly not least, Daniel Vadney is our final recipient. Daniel does not have any siblings either. His favorite subject in school is history. Favorite hobbies are spending time with family and friends, playing sports, robotics, watching football, going outside, and playing video games. College to major in history and work as a historian in a museum. Thank you.
One more round of applause by students number one. Again, at this time, I'd like the students of the month and their parents, their families to come on up to the stage so we can take a group picture.
This is the whole time. Give it
Tom, put away you want to.
Hey, Tom, you're the director.
That's all right.
I haven't even had a chance. I've been out tutoring and everything else. Children's first grade homework.
I know. We want to tighten it up a little bit,
We're all gonna have to
please.
get really comfy cozy here. So if you are one of the younger kids, try and stand in front of your parents, make a
Yes.
group, except for our high school guys, if you're taller than your parents.
Drop this down.
You want to lay across the
All right, we gotta make room for everybody.
Yeah, we gotta make some room. We're gonna have to do 2 rows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be 2 rows. But this, yeah, but
Yes, if we slide down.
there you go. Block us, it's no big deal. You're the important part today. Get right in front. Better.
Yeah? No way. You're my little guy at home. All right, everybody. Up at the cameras. Big say pizza. Pizza.
Ooh, now I want pizza for dinner.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our students of the month and their families, because we know awards like this aren't earned without support. Okay, the next order of recognition, we have our Educator of the Month, which our Educator of the Month is from our very own Smalley School, Maria Galavi.
Smalley.
You can come on up while she reads.
Thank you. Ready to blush? I am so honored that you are being recognized tonight. Ms. Cadavid goes out of her way to help every single member of our school community. She works with every student at Smalley School, which is amazing because we have 560 of them. She gives her time and her talents whenever asked, and does an amazing job with the students, the teachers, and everybody else. Ms. Cadavid does an incredible job at fostering a sense of belonging and a community for all of us. She's always there whenever possible to translate for us, for teachers, for parents. During conferences, she's running around like a mad woman trying to get to every single person that can. And not only does she do all of that at school, she invites us over and cooks for us at home. When I tell you that Ms. Cadavid makes the best paella I have ever had, and her cake decorating is an amazing work of art. She makes us feel so welcome and is really a part of Team Smalley. She deserves this for all the ways she makes a difference. I am so happy.
Very proud. My team. I have fans.
Congratulations again, Ms. Cadavid. And thank you to the teachers from Smalley School for coming out to support. Please stand, we want to give you a hand too. Stand up, and let's give her a hand too. Thank you so much. Next up, we have our Educational Specialist of the Month from Lamont School, Kelly Agolia.
Mrs. Agolia is not available tonight, but congratulations to Kelly Agolia, this month's Educational Specialist of the Month recipient. Mrs. Agolia brings an incredible amount of knowledge to the ABA classrooms. She goes above and beyond for our students, staff, families, and doesn't hesitate to jump in where needed. Not only does Mrs. Agolia have a great rapport with students and staff, but with our families as well. She understands the important role a family plays in a child's education, and she makes it a point to contact and connect with the parents of each of her students. She truly does go above and beyond to help as needed. She's always willing to take the lead on school projects and help with everything from arrival, lunch, recess to bus duty, dismissal, and prep coverage. This year, she also provided sub coverage when a teacher was out on maternity leave. During that time, she acted as a classroom teacher and a behaviorist and never once complained about her extra duties. She made sure all of her students had what they needed to be successful and to put all into her work. Mrs. Agolia has trained staff with the ABLES in ABC data collection and is a lead trainer for Handle with Care program. Her hard work and dedication are well known to all of us. We are lucky to have Mrs. Agolia as part of our team. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ms. Goldie. Hopefully she's either watching online or she'll get the opportunity to watch online at a later time. That concludes, one other thing. This week we had visitors from the county office in CUSAC. They come in to monitor, to take a look at our records, to make sure we're in compliance in the areas of governance, finance, operations, instruction and curriculum, and I'm happy to say that we did very well. When they left, they gave us a good indication that we passed all areas. We have one area left, which is our test scores, which will determine, which will give us our final score, but for first indication, we did very well. So I want to say hats off to our central office team, our principals, for putting everything together and making it so that we did so well. So let's have a hand for them. One last recognition, I almost forgot this. This is very important. For those who don't know, this month is the National School Boards Recognition Month. So we want to take a minute to recognize our dedication for everything that they do. On behalf of the leadership team, myself, teachers, students, families, we want to thank all of you for all of that you do to support the wonderful programs in our school. We actually have a proclamation from our governor, which Ms. Fisher is holding up. She was going to read.
Right, so it says, whereas New Jersey Public Schools serve nearly 1.4 million children in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, and whereas approximately 5,000 local Board of Education members and charter school trustees devote countless hours without remuneration to the oversight of school district operations, including finances, policy, curriculum, and staffing. And whereas, as the policy-making bodies for local school districts, New Jersey's local boards of education endeavor to meet the challenges facing public schools and to help students attain the education necessary to excel in college and in the workplace, and to enable them to compete in a global economy. And whereas local boards of education have contributed to New Jersey being among the leading states in measures of academic quality, such as the National Assessment of Educational Progress Scores and the preparation for college through advanced placement courses and other curricular offerings. And whereas the New Jersey School Boards Association has declared January 2023 to be School Boards Recognition Month, and whereas by making meaningful contributions to public education, the dedicated members of local school boards have greatly enhanced the quality of life in our state. Now therefore, Governor Murphy, Governor of the state of New Jersey, hereby proclaims January 2023 as School Board Recognition Month.
So as token of our appreciation, if some board members will hold up their swag, Pembroke swag, as a token of our appreciation. This is a little gift that I got for those that didn't have the swag at this point. You have envelopes and your items are on their way. In addition to that, we're going to show everyone on Instagram. We're going to publicize our board members, their years of service, as well as why they became members of the board on our Instagram page beginning next week. So one last round of applause for our Board of Education. And I think that's it for the presidency.
Thank you very much. So at this point, we're going to move into the main body of our meeting. For those of you who are here primarily for the recognition service, I don't hold it against you if you want to step out. Just trying to do so quietly as we're going to move on to the main part.
Oh, parents, before you leave, we have a special treat for you, students of the month, parents, employees of the month. We have cookies, which are located right in front of here, in front of the stage. So grab a cookie and some water so you can enjoy it on the trip home. We appreciate you. And once again, congratulations.
Coach Caesar's waiting. It's already 7:06. No, I'm teasing. Get your cookie.
Boy, scared him.
Wow, Chris.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it was. Yeah.
Lunch the next day. Why is your eye purple?
All right, everybody, we're gonna resume the meeting now. I'm gonna double back to my president's comments at this point, if that's okay. I actually really only have 2 items to talk about tonight. The first one really is just to call everybody back to the goals that we set about 6 months ago. The primary one for the board really had to do with reorganizing our meetings, particularly our committee meetings, as well as the structure of our business meetings, to make sure that we were using that time to maximum effect and as efficiently as possible. And I'm pretty happy to report, I think you'll all agree that at this point, we more or less achieved that. We've completely changed the schedule so that we can refocus our time, getting that down to 1 meeting a month. Really investing heavily in the committee work that we're doing, expanding those meetings where necessary. I was happy with the fact that we could accommodate operations in an hour for this last cycle for January. And then we have a highly engaged and inquisitive board, and I'm really proud of that. I also want to thank both our administrative team as well as Mrs. Guzino. For those of you who didn't notice, on the right-hand side of the stage facing out, we actually have our district goals as well as our board goals now displayed and available, just to remind us all what we said we were setting out to accomplish when we had our retreat back in August. With 5 to 6 months to go still in the year, one of the things we talked about at governance, and I'm sure Mr. Dahl will cover in his report, is what do we aspire to do next? And I'm happy to report again that we do have some ideas in the hopper of how we can continue to do more and do better, evolve as a board, become better informed, and become more professional as we go. So I just want to thank everybody for your hard work in getting us to this point. I know that the journey is not over. We still have more that we're going to accomplish. But I think it's pretty amazing that we've already achieved what we set out to for the year. And now we can move on to bigger and better things. So well done. The second thing I wanted to mention is, as a late addition to tonight's agenda, Mrs. Fisher has announced her impending retirement. And while it's not entirely unexpected, certainly is a bit bittersweet. Beth has been with us for the better part of the last decade, making contributions to the district overall. And while we will be sad to see you go, Beth, I'm very excited for what comes next for you. So congratulations on reaching this milestone.
Just want, just for me, having been here 6 months, I just want to say how much of a supporter, how much of a guide she's been, me coming in not knowing much about the district. With her guiding the way, she's been the keeper of information, the gatekeeper, provider of everything, guidance, kind of picking up the pieces when we didn't know where to go. So I want to say that on a personal note, and I know I speak on behalf of our central office team and our school administrators, we really appreciate you. We're going to miss you, but we're going to enjoy our remaining time, and we want you to have a great time when you leave, but we want to spend some time with you when you go. So thank you.
And with that, I'll actually conclude my comments and we can move on to the committee reports. So first up is education. Just for everybody's awareness, we are going to be making a change to the education committee. Ms. Lima is going to return to being a regular member, and Mr. Dawson is actually going to step in for 2023 and become the chair. So I hope that between the two of you guys, you can deliver the report for this month, and then Mr. Dawson maybe can take over moving forward. Great.
Sounds good. All right, so the education committee met last Monday. Again, continuing with unfortunately shortages of staff, so the effort in terms of trying to get as much support as they can or to provide additional academic support for those students. We discussed about the different levels of support available to students who are not on grade level. So again, with the testing and the data they obtain from the assessments that they do throughout the year, they are able to, the district is able to develop a plan in terms of what supports are needed, at what level, for what grade level. And so, again, due to shortages, just, overall, for next year, they are anticipating, or it's been put into the budget to get additional academic support in the area of math. Because right now, there is limited additional, again, instructional support in that area. But for next year, it has been put in the budget to increase the support that's provided to more grade levels. And I don't know if there's anything else that is it giving like an echo?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was what. All right, I apologize. So I believe that was, again, to continue with the Extended Learning Academy, which is a program that's after school. Again, the criteria is based on where they performed in the assessment that they took back in the spring. And students who were also referred to the intervention or referral service. I missed anything else or anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I thought you covered all the points that I expected. Any of the other committee members who had any observations?
I just think Ms. Lehman covered everything well, and I think we as a board are eager to support the district and to look at what our students' needs are and any way that we can support them in obtaining their goals, we would certainly be on board.
Thank you. I know it's a little bit out of sequence, and Mr. Zupko, I hope you'll indulge me, but since we talked about the need to potentially invest in additional support for students, maybe it would be good to transition over to operations.
We can do that.
Thanks.
Well, I want to begin by saying, I want to thank Mr. Gorski for his professionalism and his incredible organization skills with operations. The operations committee meeting is usually quite long and full of information, so thank you again, Mr. Gorski, appreciate that. So one of the big things we did, talking about money, there was an audit presentation by Mrs. Valerie Dolan, and she basically gave us a draft report of everything that's happening. She indicated that the audit reports, like I said, are still in draft mode because the post-employment benefits have yet to be released by the state. Our expectation is that numbers should be released by the state in the next few weeks, and at such times, reports will be filed. Post-retirement health costs are the responsibility of the state of New Jersey and are paid on behalf of school districts. They're not material disclosures, but are required by the accounting and auditing board. She presented the committee with a draft that indicated fund balances. She highlighted that the district fund balance grew last year in part because of COVID money, and the excess surplus grew by 1.6 million. The auditor's report showed compliance recommendations and had some recommendations from the previous year. I was really impressed with the fluidity and how everything was presented. Being on the board a while, sitting through these in the past, sometimes we would end up with complications, but this was a very clean, smooth update that we got, and I was really impressed with everything that they had to say. So we're going to be, we're going to be keeping an eye on this when updates do come up. Mr. Gorski will let us all know. But I think we're really running in a positive area with our budget. Questions on that part?
Yeah, if I could just add, for everybody's benefit, the draft report committee is tentatively scheduled to be presented to the full board at our public meeting in February, just so that you don't think that this is the only view that you're going to get of it. You're going to receive a full copy of the report as well as a presentation by the external auditors. We were just hoping that the audit itself could be finalized before the presentation is delivered. That's why we scheduled it for February.
So we also have some construction addition updates. The HVAC project is moving along. The rooftop unit being installed at Smalley. We're talking about, we're looking at all of the things that have been done. I was really impressed with all of the construction updates that we've done because again, being here a while, this is just, it's going very smoothly, which I really appreciate. Wiring, piping have been installed in some of the rooms at Smalley. Cafeteria project, we talked about that the project at the time that we had the meeting had broken ground, and a community letter was sent and demolition work was begun. Concrete steps were removed and large equipment was being removed from the blacktop to prepare for the expansion footings. This was over at
Lafayette, I apologize. When we looked at some of the pictures, we were kind of amazed at how amazing I think that this is when this does get completed, it's going to be incredible. Finally, probably one of the most important projects everyone is looking forward to is the field turf project. I don't know if anyone's been by the field, but it is absolutely stellar. Waiting on some final paperwork, impact testing, so on and so forth. But when we looked at everything, I was very, very happy. Should be able to reopen the facility
sometimes. Mr. Corson, do we have an update on when everything should be finalized?
Mr. Zupko should be finalized very soon, within a week or so. Dr. Gallagher sent pictures today of the lights that have been all set up and with the LEDs shining on the new turf field. It's really spectacular. It looks like a college.
It does,
top
it
10,
does. You know, it's, I think we've hit the jackpot with that. Another issue that we spoke about, and we had some concerns, but the NJDOT made a request for an easement located on the property by the Board of Ed adjacent to the high school. We talked about that for a temporary easement in exchange for a $100 consideration. Members expressed some student pedestrian safety concerns. And Mr. Gorski was to reach out to the NJDOT to find out where we're at with that. Any feedback on that?
Yes. We sent an email to the person who solicited the easement, and she said she was going to check with those responsible and get back to me right away. I don't expect it to be a problem. And specifically, the committee and Mr. Januzzi had concerns about student and pedestrian safety.
Yes.
And mitigating factors such as some additional supervision to make sure that while this is going on, that it's safe.
Excellent, I appreciate that. We also talked about, because operations, we probably can always go over an hour, we need to stick to that. We talked about some future meeting considerations. We're also going to have next Thursday a special operations committee meeting to talk about the architect that will present some things to us to consider. So overall in all, I was very impressed. We covered a lot of ground. I think we're really on a good, solid footing with everything. And that's pretty much the presentation of operations. Any questions, concerns?
What question regarding the easement? That's on West Maple?
The easement was on, yeah.
The board office?
But
it's closer to the high school.
Closer to, yeah.
What is it called?
It's for a utility easement. There's some needs by the Department of Transportation to temporarily use our ground and temporarily, and then they'll be on, and I believe it's with $500 rental for our property while they're doing their utility upgrade. It should just be a matter of a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And the pictures of exactly in the maps and the blueprints are all in board docs if anybody wants to take pictures.
Thank you.
Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Zupko. Let's double back to governance, Mr. Bao.
Okay, mine is actually a little bit shorter this month. We had no new policies to look over, so that saved us a bunch of time. We talked, well, on our agenda actually was adjusting the committee meeting schedule, which we were able to do this past month by starting at 5 o'clock. We plan to continue that because it seemed like, at least as through governance and through education, everything was within 5 minutes of on time, which is much better than before. So if those of you at the end of the night didn't notice that you were sitting around and waiting so long, that's because Operation did start a half hour earlier. We're gonna keep it that way, but we also know that some committees from time to time will have special presentations, special circumstances that will require more time. So just keep an eye on the schedule. We anticipate that it will stay the same, but there may be months where things have to shift a half hour one way or the other if one committee needs a little bit more time. So don't just assume that, let's just say 6 o'clock. It may be that you shift one way or the other depending on need. Next, we have talked twice now about creating an ad hoc extracurricular committee. We are ready to move forward with that. All we need now is to talk about membership and a meeting schedule. So if anyone is interested in being on that committee, please let either myself or Mr. Januzzi know so that we can form the committee. And then, of course, once we have the members, we will talk about times. We don't know that it's going to fit on the same night as the other committees, because it would get pretty late. But we'll see where it fits in the week, and based on the committee members' schedules, we'll schedule that as well. Lastly, we talked, oh, no, not lastly, I'm sorry, there's one thing after that. Next, we talked about moving toward board certification. we have taken the first few steps towards that. I spoke to Gwen before our committee meeting. She's going to come out to our February board meeting, and she's going to give us our first training, which is our yearly ethics training, which is required anyway, so she'll be doing that in February. She also sent to me, which I will get to all of you through email, a list of trainings that she offers, but she also told me that if there's something that isn't on the list that I sent to you that we really feel strongly that we need, they can set up a training on pretty much any topic. In her list was something that I think the majority of the board would probably need and like to see, which is evaluation of superintendent and our self-evaluation of the board. I know that there are a lot of newer members on the board who haven't done that before. So we asked her if she would do that one as well, and she's actually going to come back right in March and do that one because we have to do that at the end of the school year. So that'll have our training done before we have to do the actual evaluation. But like I said, I'm going to send you all a list of some of the potential trainings that they offer. I'm going to ask you to send me back a list of your top 3 or 4 in order, and then we'll rank them all and see which ones we want to ask for next. So look for that email coming out in the next day or 2. And lastly, we did speak briefly about our new student representative and kind of what your role is going to be. I don't know if you've had any ideas. I don't want to put you on the spot, Alan, in case you don't, but just from what we've seen in other districts, it seems like we would like to hear from you, both good and bad. We would like to hear if there's something very positive going on in the schools that you want to highlight for us and showcase for us. And we also want to hear if you hear from the students any concerns that you want to bring to the board that we can help you address. We want to hear good and bad from you. So feel free to come with notes and speak, freely, because we are going to value your opinion and what you have to say.
Yeah, one of my original plans when I got elected was to send out a school-wide survey and see what they thought the problems were, and maybe good and bad. So next time I will bring them to them.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever you compile, your survey data, you can bring it. Just see able to let you know so we can put it on the agenda.
I'm going to meet with him too.
Okay. So yeah, just let Dr. Freeman know so we can have it on the agenda so we know you're ready to speak whenever you're ready. Thank you. And that's all I have for governance. Any questions there?
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Moving over to Human Resources, Ms. Preston.
All right, so it was, Human Resources met on the 9th. It was brief. The Delta dental plans have been introduced and questions from staff have been addressed, and about 40 to 50 employees have successfully switched over to the plans. We're continuing to monitor vacancies with a very detailed spreadsheet, which I appreciate. Retro changes have been completed from our MOA, and any outstanding questions have been addressed. And let's see, there were 2 employees that were found to be on the incorrect salary guide. So they were listed as custodians, should have been listed under building and grounds. So we, or the district has corrected that, and it is actually agenda item 6.5 tonight. So that has been remediated. And then we're focused on negotiations. It's coming sooner than we all think. So getting our priorities, getting what we think are our priorities together and getting ahead of the game a bit.
And I would say, just for clarity, we're talking about negotiations with the Bound Work Education Association. Since we just concluded a 1-year deal, and that's set to expire at the end of this June. So we want to make sure that we're in a good position to come back to the table with our priorities when we re-engage them to talk to them. Great. Anything else, Ms. Musson?
Did you want the turnover?
It's entirely.
So we just had HR committee just had a general question regarding turnover from September 21 to January 22, and then September 22 to January 23. And it's 21, 22, it was 10. And this year it's been 16, so not, just noted. Just noted.
Noted.
Really noted.
And again, I think that goes along with some of the commentary that we've heard along the way, which is the difficulties that we have attracting and retaining talent, and why it's so important for us to focus on that as a priority.
And it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's every industry.
Great. Any questions on? Thank you, Ms. Wilson. All right, over to Ms. Gazino for community engagement and communication.
Not doing that. No, I kind of don't think I'm gonna need it, but you guys let me know if you can't hear me down at the end. We had a good productive meeting. We didn't have a community outreach member visit us this week or this last month meeting. We will, however, in February. Kate Mills-Brindle has agreed to come out on the 6th, so we'll be seeing her, meeting with her and learning a little bit more about what she does in her role as a downtown city manager. We did go through some agenda items from 2022 that we wanted to carry into 2023. One of those being a social media calendar, maybe putting something together that's a little more structured so we can sort of align community events, school events with a social calendar. Another thing was the Alumni Association had a meeting before the committee meeting. It's there to attend, to get to know the team and continue to collaborate with them. I know they have a lot of scholarship opportunities. They also have some improvements at the high school they'd like to make. So we'll just continue to kind of work together with them and see how we can partner up to assist each other with that. And then that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Guzino. Any questions on community engagement and communication? Right. Mrs. High, has there been an SCESC meeting yet?
Well, I'm going to have the shortest report. So originally, the first meeting was on January 4th, which was the reorg meeting here. It was rescheduled and couldn't make it. And the next one is February 1st. So February 1st is really going to just start it rolling, and we'll go from there.
Excellent. Thanks for the update. Any final comments or questions regarding communities? I just want to reiterate again how thankful I am for all the work that you guys are putting in. It's a long Monday as we're sitting through from 5 o'clock to about 8:30, 9 o'clock, especially for our administrators who are in every meeting. I thankfully was kicked out of the community engagement meeting this time around because we had so much participation, which I can, again, only say so. Appreciate all the effort that we're putting into committees, and I'm happy with all the reports that you guys are bringing back. We're making progress. At this point, we are open to the public for agenda items only. Any comments or questions from the room? No. Quick check online.
This is open to the public, correct?
Yes, sir.
Agenda, we're on agenda.
No, nothing on open to the public.
Great, thank you. So we are up to item 5.1. Resolved that the Bound Brook Board of Education approves the minutes for the following meetings as the regular and executive meeting minutes of December 14th, 2022. Have a motion? Oh, I apologize.
One for the reorg meetings on there as well.
I do have that. We'll do them separately though. So this is just 5.1. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Zupko. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Val. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, can we do a roll call, please?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Ms. Casino,
Yes.
Ms. Lima,
Yes.
Mr. Zupko. Yes. Ms. Musin,
Yes.
Mr. Minhas. Yes. Ms. Hyde.
I need to abstain as I was not at that meeting.
So noted. Thank you. Mr. Januzzi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 5.2, resolved that the Boundbrook Board of Education approves the minutes for the organizational meeting on January 4th, 2023. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Powell, second.
Second.
Is that Mrs. Guzino?
It was.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right. Hearing none, can we have a vote, please?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Ms. Casino,
Yes.
Ms. Lima,
Yes.
Mr. Zupko,
Yes.
Mr. Minhas. Abstain. So noted. Ms. Hyde
Yes.
and Mr. Januzzi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We are up to item 6.1. Resolved that the superintendent recommends for approval the resolutions as outlined in district personnel resolutions. Get ready, this is 6.2 through 6.43. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Zupka. This is a big section, so we're gonna take our time. Any discussion or questions? And for Ms. Lima's benefit, I'll just note that the items that are for, yep, double asterisks, you got it. All right. Hearing no questions, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Ms. Casino,
Yes.
Ms. Lima,
Yes, with the extension on the double ash.
thank you. Mr. Zupko,
Yes.
Ms. Musin,
Yes.
Mr. Minhas,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Mr. Januzzi.
Yes, with an abstention on 6.36.
6.36, so noted. Motion passes.
Thank you. We are up to item 7.1, resolve that the Boundbrook Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in district education resolutions. This is 7.2 through 7.10. Have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell, second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Musto. Any discussion?
Just a quick question on 7.2. I brought this up before about this is the calendar, by the way, that all the half days in September. Has there been any more discussion about that?
Yeah, actually, we made adjustments. My plan was to have the calendar to actually approve it tonight, but we were working through those adjustments. Number of half days by making it half days for only the schools that have back to school night, rather than the entire district. So that allowed us to decrease some of those days. Since I sent it to you in the weekend report, it's changed. We also worked to make the students' last day prior to Juneteenth so that we could, we didn't have to come back after that one day off. So those are two things that we did. The last thing is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We moved that so we could have the day off for the teachers as well. We're going to start the year with a virtual training on September 1st. So our actual day will be September 1st, but the hours will be bankable so that staff can actually complete it before that day so they can have that, won't interfere with their end of the summer limited game plans.
Any other comments or questions on section 7?
So we're not approved, so the calendar's not getting approved today.
Yeah, the calendar we're looking at here isn't reflecting.
7.2 is about the early dismissal. February, that's not the count. The count.
Okay, so well, that's only that one change. The way I read it was we're approving the calendar with that change. Okay, I hear it. I got it.
I think the calendar we're talking about is 23-24 school year.
Oh,
And
geez.
this item is just
Oh,
for this year.
yes. Now I got it. So the year is different. Ah.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Dawson?
Yes.
Ms. Casino?
Yes.
Ms. Lima?
Yes, with an abstention on the double action.
Mr. Zupko?
Yes.
Ms. Musin?
Yes.
Mr. Minhas?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Januzzi?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 8.1, resolve that the Bound Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in the action resolutions. Again, this is our new combined section, so it has a variety of things that used to be broken apart. The motions here that we will be voting are 8.2 through 8.22. I have a motion.
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Any discussion?
Thank you to the middle school staff and families and administrators for all the work in setting up these extra fundraisers to make the Washington DC trip happen. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yes, and I think the most important question of the night is, will we be entering a dodgeball team? And if so, who's playing? Because last year it didn't go so well, and we could use a little help. 2 teams? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
We could barely win one last year. Come on.
Maybe you can give us a little bit of an advantage. We can play 10 on.
We'll just get out twice as fast. No slower.
I just wanted to acknowledge the Work Family Connection donation. We really appreciate it for our families this past holiday season. Tremendous, thank you.
I have a question on 8.12. Regarding ESY, so it was amended with it because of additional students? The amendment for the total.
Mike, you want to talk about that? Bear with me 1 second, let me find that source document. Eight point 12 is a joint transportation agreement with South Boundbrook to transport their students for the 22 extended school year program at Lamont Elementary School, Boundbrook, for 2 sessions noted in the resolution. 2 round trips for 30 days is a total fee of $4,218, amended higher from $3,840. There were some increased transportation costs, fuel and so on. And that's why that was recommended.
So it was increase in transportation costs. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments on section 8? I guess I'll get the last word in then and just say thank you for the donation of Winter Power, Brethren Presbyterian Church. Again, not to be overlooked, it can get pretty cold out there, so making sure that our families have the resources that they need is always welcome and very much appreciated. And with that, I will ask for a roll call, please.
Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Mr. Dawson?
Yes.
Ms. Casino?
Yes.
Ms. Lima?
Yes.
Mr. Zupko?
Yes.
Ms. Musin?
Yes.
Mr. Minhas?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Januzzi?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. we are now up to new business. Anything that any of the committee members would like to raise at this time? Board members, sorry. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna, as we all know, traffic is an issue. Have there been any talks with the, council on anything, or Somerset County? The main issues seem to be county roads, just in general. Possibly Thompson.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any open or ongoing dialogue with any other body regarding parking or traffic. I do know that we just changed the traffic High Street to hopefully alleviate some of the safety and congestion concerns that were there. It, at least, from my perspective, remains one of the higher priority items because, again, safety of our students and staff is right up there at the top. We also this year have a new representative from the council who I'm intending to reach out and hopefully engage. So if there are other items beyond transportation that any of the members have and think we want to bring to the council, please feel free to send me any questions. Dr. Freeman, I'm not sure if you know anything different.
No, we haven't had any conversations, like you said, it was just the conversation with the police department about over at Lafayette making the one direction traffic, so we didn't have as much of a safety issue, but other than that, there were no other discussions regarding traffic or parking.
But I would say if there are specific concerns that you have, let's get them noted in our list, and that way we have an opportunity to take a look at.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or questions for new business? All right. So at this point, we are now open to the general discussion. I will ask if we have anybody in the room. No. Anybody online?
There is nobody online.
Thank you, sir. All right, at this point, we will move to go into executive session. This is under items 1 and 3. May I have a motion?
7 also.
7, thank you. 1, 3, and 7. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Zucco. All in favor? Aye. Currently adjourned. We're gonna start the video stream, everybody, okay? We're good to go. That's what I was gonna say, but it's not myself. All right, everybody, we are back in session, and we are up to item 13.1. Resolved that the Bound Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in approval of HIV cases under high school. This is 13.2 and 13.3. Have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. I believe we have an amendment.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Chairman, may I have the floor? I would like to recommend to the Board of Education that for number 13, that the report be corrected for a typographical error to read the alleged offender, not the target in the last line of the report for number 238790BBH. That needs a first and a second and an all in favor.
Thank you. So at this point, I will entertain a motion to make that amendment.
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Zupko. And you said we need a vote to affirm? Okay, can you do a roll call, please?
Just an all in favor would be fine.
Fair enough. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Yeah, ayes have it.
And Mr. Januzzi, if I may, on report number 13, I'm sorry, number 14, was that read yet?
No.
Yeah, before we do that, do we need
We have to move 13.
Yeah, we have to finish it. So at this point, we will close 13 for discussion and we should have a roll call.
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Ms. Guzino,
Yes.
Ms. Lima,
Yes.
Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
Ms. Musin,
Abstain?
so noted. Mr. Minhas,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
and Mr. Januzzi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Great. We are up to item 14.1. Resolved that the Bound Board of Education approves the resolutions as outlined in approval of HIV cases under middle and elementary schools. This is 14.2 and 14.3. I have a motion.
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell, a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Mr. Gorski, I'll defer to you again for an amendment.
Mr. Januzzi, on number 14, I recommend to the members of the Board of Education to amend the HIV report to remove any references to student names for item 239198CMS.
Thank you, so noted. Can I have a motion to approve that amendment?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell, a second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Musson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I abstain.
Thank you. So noted. So the motion now has been amended. And we will do a roll call to affirm the vote on items 14.2 and 14.3.
Mr. Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Ms. Guzino,
Yes.
Ms. Lima,
Abstain.
so noted. Mr. Zupko.
Yes.
Ms. Musin,
Yes.
Mr. Minhas,
Yes.
Ms. Hyde,
Yes.
Mr. Januzzi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We are up to item 15, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Bowell. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Musson. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great evening.